Well, I can honestly say that if the fix wasn't in before, it's definitely in now. Now, this is the first pre recorded video that I've done on this particular story right here because I usually like to save it for the live streams, and I'm most likely going to bring it up again in the live stream when I do it again on Sunday. But I was trying to stay away from doing a pre-recorded videos about this because then that means I would have to constantly continue to do them. But this recent, I guess you can say, development in this story compelled me to want to speak on it because it's so familiar with other cases like this. So recently it has come out that when the law enforcement did a search of his apartment, I'm trying to figure out why in the hell they did a search of his apartment as if he was in the wrong, but they did one anyway. And they came out saying that they found two shell casings, and I can only assume that was from when Amy Geiger shot him because she was shot 2 times. But what they also said they found was a couple of ounces of marijuana. I said, oh, here they go. I know exactly what they're getting ready to do. It's the oldest trick in the book. As if many people haven't smoked weed or smoked weed. And to be quite honest, I don't even think that weed was his. I think it was planted. Ironically, they find this marijuana today when he got shot a few days ago. Come on now. See, they love doing this to a person when they're deceased and they can't be around to defend themselves. And even if he did have weed on him, that doesn't give this chick the right to go into his apartment unannounced and shoot him 2 times in the chest, killing him. This is the same thing that they did with Trayvon Martin. They used oh, he was suspended from school. Oh, he flipped the bird in a profile picture. Oh, he smoked weed and this, that, and the third to justify what George Zimmerman did in killing him. Mind you, George Zimmerman did more thuggish behavior than the quote-unquote thug that they claim that he killed. And the reason why I said it is because that's the term they threw around heavily when Trayvon Martin was murdered. They kept calling him a thug this and a thug that, all that except a child of God. Meanwhile, you got George Zimmerman, unfortunately, out here still terrorizing people from behind social media, when he should have been dealt with a long time ago. But this video is not about him. They also did the same thing with Mike Brown. They kept saying all types of things and, maybe him getting in trouble in school. So they do this with black people to try to justify for why people do what they did. So what if he had weed? Weed is not going to kill anybody. It's not going to kill the person who's smoking it. Unless it's laced with something that can kill you, then that's it. But if it's just regular standard shit, then it should be of no issue. But my question is, have they drug tested her yet? My guess is probably not. And my next question is, are they going to? And the answer to that is most likely not. But like I said, the fix is in. Like I said, this story has so many layers to it, filled with nothing but a bunch of lies and corruption to try and help make this chick walk away from this completely untouched, unscathed, and unfazed. I'm going to tell you this right now. If Amy Geiger walks from this is going to be another drop in the bucket for white law enforcement attacking black people. Now they pretty much given it free range that they can enter your house without warrant, and kill you the minute you open the door and claim whatever it is that they want to claim. They also kept saying that it was loud music coming from his apartment. Now they're saying that it was weed. It's like they keep coming with all these stories. He's not here to defend himself. And I and many others who have a functioning brain do not believe not one goddamn thing that's coming out of their filthy, lying mouths. But they want us to believe that. But nothing in her story, or should I say stories, add up at all. It's just leaving you with more questions. But it also brings you to one simple solution, and that's the fact that this chick murdered this man in cold blood. We still don't know why she did it. Like, we still don't know what the motive was. I think that's more reason why it needs to go to a trial, because all of this stuff needs to be exposed. But we need to find out and dig into her background. Who is she? Where did she come from? What was her upbringing like? All types of stuff. You know, they're questioning the wrong people. They're digging into the wrong thing when they should be digging into her. Because at the end of the day, she's the one that pulled the trigger that ultimately killed this man. He's not coming back. His family is going to have to go through the rest of their life without their loved one. Her, on the other hand, she's still alive. Her family still has her around, even though she's a piece of shit. But she's a piece of shit that's still breathing. She's still amongst the living. Like I said, I'm not going to hold any high hopes when it comes to this case at all. Because I already know what they're trying to do. It's pretty damn obvious at this point. Anybody who thinks otherwise is pretty damn naive and oblivious. But y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. The links to the article and any of my other contacting links will be in the description. The links to the shirts will be pinned in the comments. I'll talk to you in the next one.